Falling in love. Some people would say that falling in love is a beautiful, wonderful, magical experience. There are other times where there can be a horror story out of those that you love, out of those that you respect, out of those that you would care for to begin with. Sometimes, some people would say that love is fated, that you're fated to forever be together, that you're fated to forever hold on to one another. But, all at the same time, I have to say that there are often times when love starts to become something even more. And in the case of this story, two people who should have never been fated to love one another did so. Only for the movie to have one of the most lamest excuses for a horror romance movie. So join me today as we take a look at some beautiful creatures. Greetings, ghouls and goblins, I'm Wade Universe and White Nudie, and we are back with Lazyween. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here for this. But, hey, at least when we come back, might be better. Who knows even? So, Beautiful Creatures, based on a book series by Margaret Stoll and someone else who I am not completely honestly familiar with, Tammy Garcia. Two people basically created a love story called Beautiful Creatures. In it, it's about a young man who falls in love with a witch, or they're called in this universe, caster, and it's forbidden love because the caster is very worried about something that will happen to her. We'll come back to that in just a bit. Anyways, this has a pretty all-star studded cast, such as Alden Edwards, Alice Enhart, Jeremy Irons, Viola Davis, Emmy Rossum, Thomas Mann, and Emma Thompson. And also Emma Thompson, Jeremy Irons, and Viola Davis are three of my all-time favorite actors, or some of my favorite actors of all time. So this should be decent, right? Well, it's time to rip off that band-aid and show you guys just how ridiculous this movie really is. As such, let's see what's so horrifying about falling in love. So why don't we dive into this universe of beautiful creatures and see what's there to behold for us. A young boy named Ethan Waite keeps having the same nightmare over and over and over again, seeing a young woman in a lightning storm, and he thinks that this means something. As Ethan seems to have everything, he's pretty popular, he has a girl that really does like him and everything, but his life changes for the better once he meets Lena Ducanis. Lena is our main character's love interest of this movie, and even though he just met her, yes, I am sorry that it's safe to say that for some reason he loves her. Later on, he almost hits her with his car, but she wants some help out in the rainstorm because her car broke down. Well, her uncle's car, and she's sick and tired of her uncle getting a bad rap. As Ethan gives Lena a ride, where they try to have some on-screen chemistry of, oh, we're really in love, but except they fail at that. More on that later, though. However, Ethan decides to stop at Lena's house where he doesn't find her, but he thinks that the property that she's a part of is pretty weird. I'm dead fucking serious, too. Basically, Ethan stalks Lena, so she has to date him, which is all kind of wrong, my dude. As Ethan meets a charismatically charming uncle played by Jeremy Irons, who tells him that, yeah, he probably should not be a part of her life or anything involved in it. But in some ways, Lena's uncle is charmed by him, so we ask him to tell him everything that he has planned for, and Ethan falls under his spell.
One thing I do know, though, is college. I'm definitely planning on going.
Oh, really? Where have you applied?
All of them. As long as they're at the high school. Or maybe I'll take over the library from Emma. I'll probably marry Emily Asher, and we'll have to get 3 DUIs and lose my job. And have an affair on and off with Savannah Snow till I'm 49. The kids will live with their mother after hours for free drinks. And then when I'm 64, I'll hang myself. But they won't find the body right away until...
Later that night, Jeremy Irons is basically convinced that Lena will turn evil, so he asks his soothsayer friend if she knows any information, which of course she does. And Viola tells Jeremy that there's an ancient evil that's coming straight for Lena that will interfere with her decision and interfere with what she'll become. As the evil eventually reveals herself, Lena's mother and Jeremy's sister, Seraphim, who thinks that Lena will turn completely evil. I also love during this moment that she possesses Emma Thompson, who does not miss a beat during these scenes where she's possessed. God bless this woman. But Mom makes it awkward by bringing Lena's boyfriend straight to the dinner table, as the two of them get into a magical fight, with Ethan in the process getting injured. When he awakens, Ethan asks Lena what's going on, and she admits the truth. That she is in fact on the verge of either turning good or evil.
I'm sorry. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, don't worry. I don't either. I have no idea what's going on anymore. They don't exactly really explain how the dark or light trait happens. They just confirm that it happened. But then they bullshit themselves going, but the elder casters, like Jeremy Irons, they can basically turn themselves into the light or dark side. This is the laziest excuse of storytelling I have seen in quite a while. I can't remember the last time I've seen something like this very dumb. Last I can remember is back a couple years ago when I reviewed Maleficent. Yeah, the less said about that, the better. It is just insanely what the fuckery here. But here's the thing. There's more. Oh golly gosh, is there more? And it gets even worse. And you probably are saying, but that means that you would care about Ethan and Lena. Yes, we would. If there was any sort of magic that the two of them have together on screen. And I hate to be the one to spoil this for anyone, but the actor that plays Ethan and the actress that plays Lena do not share any form of on-screen chemistry. There is nothing, I repeat, nothing that makes us care for these two characters and why we'd want to see them be together forever. Neither actress nor actor share a good common ground with each other, and that's what makes the movie experience worth, knowing that they have no bond. As Ethan decides it's a good idea to take Lena to the movie theaters, where Lena basically finds out something from her past that's pretty important. See, Lena and Ethan had been destined to be together since the beginning of time, since their great-great-grandmother and great-great-grandfather fell magically in love. And Lena's great-great-ancestor cast a spell that was so powerful it convinced her to the dark side, which had Lena believe that she will become evil. So now, understanding and realizing this, Lena believes that it is fully in her destiny that she become an evil caster and be on the side of darkness. So they get help from Alma, who takes them into her secret hidden library, seriously, why did she have one of those, where they can start looking for probably an answer. But unfortunately for Evan, he realizes that Lena's dark side is coming out even stronger than it's supposed to. And there's even a more stupid reason why that's happening. As Lena finds out, and she tells Alma the truth, that there is a way out of the curse. But in order for the curse to be broken, Ethan has to die. I'm not fucking joking. She comes right out after reading it in the book and tells Alma, the one I love has to die, which means Ethan must die.
You asked from a moron egg?
And what makes it even dumber is that Lena erases Ethan's memory, so he doesn't remember her so they're not in love, so no consequences. Meanwhile, Seraphim enhances Ethan's buddy on that he has powers that she has given him, so that way there he's able to kill Ethan and free the curse. As Lena is sadly ready to accept her fate, she's ready to accept what's going to happen to her. She is fully and anticipating to accept the dark side. That is until Ethan and his friend get so damn bored that they just decide screw it with the reenactment, let's just kill one another, and they do.
What's wrong?
Yes, somehow Lena felt it, no, don't ask me how either, and she runs off to Ethan, trying to comfort him in his last moments and his last few breaths. But even though Ethan died, Seraphim still convinces Lena that she's on the dark side, and so Lena completely believes it herself and convinces to the dark magic. That is until she finds out it's not Ethan, but instead her Uncle Macon. Yes, that's right, Macon switched places with Ethan so he would remain unharmed and the curse would not be lifted. But Lena somehow disperses her curse. Hi, how? How could she do that? And she basically forbids her mother from ever seeing her ever again. And she does that by using her newfound powers for good and banishing her mother to, I would assume, the Shadow Realm for the rest of eternity. And so our story ends with Ethan never remembering what the hell happened, as if he met Lena for the first time, even though he met her a very long time ago. As even though Lena put a curse on him, eventually, I suppose the curse wore off of Ethan, and he remembers everything. And suddenly, all the memories come flooding back to him, which I didn't know that they could do, and he screams out Lena's name as the movie decides to roll the credits. You can't do that! You can't contradict everything that you have just put into the screen or on the piece of the paper and then just decide to contradict everything. You can't do that, movie. It is the lamest, cheapest, and sorriest excuse that you could ever give a movie. Instead of Lena basically doing that, why don't you have it be that her love for Ethan, even though they have no chemistry, basically empowers her to not turn to the dark side? Anything! Even if you wanted to choose the stupidest excuse that you can think of. Maybe it can be like Fairy Tale, with the power of friendship. I don't know. Goddamn anything would have been better. But beautiful creatures? Ah! What the fuck were you thinking? No, I haven't read the book. No, I don't care to read the book either. But even still, this is supposed to be pretty much what you'd expect, like a romance thriller or a romance horror movie. Is it good? Fuck no! Is it decent? Fuck no, that either. Is it any way redeemable? Not in the slightest. Again, our main characters have no chemistry. Nothing that we should give a fuck about. Nothing. The only three characters that you should really care about is Jeremy Irons, Viola Davis, and Emma Thompson. That's it. Those are the only three that you should care about. I suppose the actress that plays Lena's mother and also her cousin is fairly decent, but everything else is like, fuck this, basically, man. It's like, don't even fucking matter with this. So, as much as it pains me to do this, I have to give this movie a Funko Pop rating of some sort. And I think the best one might be The Bride of Frankenstein because this had so many ideas. They just stitched together and then just presented it to people and said, well, I hope that you like the finished product. Well, guess what, movie? I don't like the finished product. And in case some of you say that this isn't a horror movie, fine, but just keep in mind that this is a romance movie where the witch, or witches. And I took a look at another horror romance movie that basically it's kind of the same thing, except it's done this idea better. Oh, 1,000 times better. Oh, warm bodies, you'd never hurt me. So, my Funko Pop rating of Beautiful Creatures is gonna get the Bride of Frankenstein. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified every single time we make an upload. And what did you think about Beautiful Creatures? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. And the best way to help this channel and support it, the best way to do so is by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, sharing this video around the web, and also follow me at Twitter with a link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to vote. I want you to keep it on. There's more Lazyween to become, and it's not like the next time for Lazyween is going to be even worse than Beautiful Creatures. I mean, come on. In all sincerity, in all seriousness, and yes, I know that there's a lot of bad horror movies out there, but in all sincerity and in all seriousness, there is nothing that could be worse than Beautiful Creatures. Nothing in the world could break me even more than Beautiful Creatures have probably already done. There is nothing.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
No. No. You won't do this to me. You bastards. You've done this to me. Damn you. Damn you. Oh. Take care. Keep kicking on. Stay spooky. And the next time we meet, we're reviewing the It mini series.